So Donald Trump took to Truth Social today to outline direct instructions to Kristi Noem, the head of DHS. It was a 500-word post where he basically says we are no longer going to participate in Democratic-run cities when it comes to their protests and their riots unless we are asked to help. Well, that's the way it's always been. That's not a new change. But now he basically said all they are going to do is protect federal buildings and federal property and federal officers. And then he goes on a list of things that we're no longer going to be able to do to federal officers, which are all things, again, that were already illegal and you would already catch charges for, including spitting on officers, hitting them, throwing bricks at them, and a bunch of other things. Those are all things that will lead you with federal charges if that's federal law enforcement, state charges if it's state or local law enforcement pretty quickly. So I don't know what the whole point of this message was, but he says that they are no longer going to go in to do peacekeeping unless they are asked into these cities. Now, he's not talking about ICE and ICE enforcement, but depending on what the government does with ICE funding coming up, they may no longer be able to go out and do those roving patrols that they've been doing, etc., and that may come to an end. But Donald Trump is just trying to drum up fear with this post. That's one of the things he's doing here. Oh, well, when these riots get out of control, we're not going to come in and save you. The thing is, we've shown numerous times that these protests are peaceful. In fact, they like to go back to George Floyd and the George Floyd protests, that a lot of times the ones that got charged for things getting out of control and that instigated everything were typically people on the right that were supporters of Donald Trump or had connections to far-right military groups like the Proud Boys Oath Keepers or other extremist groups like that, that they set things up to be not peaceful. You know, we've heard before that they have, these groups will go out and plant bricks and things trying to entice people into setting up and to actually riot. So Donald Trump thinks he's doing something here. He's not. He's not going to instill fear. We've shown that we can be peaceful when we go out and protest numerous times with No Kings and now in Minneapolis, etc., where for the most part the protesters are peaceful. It's ICE and federal agents that are escalating, mostly ICE, where they are taking peaceful protesters, detaining them, throwing them to the ground, and or shooting them, leading to even more protests. So this is all a scare tactic by Donald Trump. Don't fall for it. It doesn't mean what he thinks it does.